Hello guys, welcome to ENVISION Academy. Today's story is The Toad's Warts. A long time ago, a man named Chemchong Saipa was standing on the bank of the great Irrawaddy river, minding his own business and sharpening his weapons. A prawn, irritated by his stomping around, beat him in the leg. Chengchong Saipa yelped and leaped up in the air. He could not see the prawn, and in his pain he staggered towards a tree and swung his knife around. The sharp weapon struck the trunk of a tree and cut it. The tree was startled and annoyed. Plop! It immediately dropped a fruit on to the man, but Chemchong Saipa was still leaping around from one foot to the other. The fruit missed him and hit a cock walking by. The confused cock was not pleased at all. It looked at the tree and noted its size. It was afraid to attack this great tree, so instead it scratched at a nest of ants who were busy with their work. The ants had plenty of work already. The last thing they wanted to do was to rebuild their nest. Right, they said in fury. It's war, and they attacked a passing snake and beat it all over. The snake wriggled even faster and shot straight into the forest nearby and beat a boar. "What on earth did you do that for?" grunted the irate boar. "Because you were there," said the snake, "and it hurried off to find some medicinal plants to ease the pain." The boar hurried off in the other direction and took out its fury on a young plantain tree. The boar lowered its head and dug furiously till the poor plant collapsed. A bat living high up in the tree just managed to get away before the tree hit the ground. It was not used to flying around in broad daylight, and it blundered about until it flew straight into an elephant's ear. "Where am I?" thought the bat. "It is dark and hairy in here." The bat beat the elephant, and the elephant trembled with pain and reared up into the air on its hind legs. It came crashing down again and kicked over a large stone mortar. The mortar rolled down a slope and crashed right into the house of a little old lady. It made a huge hole in the side of the house. The old lady may have been very little and she may have been very old, but she was very fierce. "You stupid mortar!" she shouted. "Just look what you have done. Pay me! Pay me! You will have to pay me to rebuild my house." "Me?" said the stunned mortar. "Why should I pay you? It was the elephant who kicked me down the hill." The old lady picked up a stout stick and ran up the hill to the elephant. "Pay me the money to rebuild my house," she shouted. "Me?" spluttered the elephant. "You should ask that bat over there. He beat me." "Don't blame me," said the bat. "It was the tree." The old lady wandered off to the plantain tree. The poor tree was lying flat on the ground. "Blame the boar, not me," it groaned. The little old lady chased after the boar. "Pay me the money to rebuild my house," she shouted. The boar grunted. "Blame the snake who beat me." The little old lady found the snake and pinned it down with her stout stick. "Pay me to rebuild my house," she shouted. "Shh! Certainly not," hissed the snake. "Shh! And stung me. Shh! Shh! Them." The old lady found the trail of ants and asked them, but they told her to ask the destructive cock. "Pay me to build my house," she shouted at the cock. "Ask that old tree, madam. It dropped a large fruit on my head." "Hang on," said the tree. "Blame that man, not me. He slashed me with a knife." The little old lady was furious by now. She ran up to the man and stopped in her tracks. It was her own dear son, Chemchong Saipa. "You will have to rebuild my house, son," she said crossly. "Sure, mother," replied the man, "but first let me get that prawn who is the cause of all this trouble." Chimchang Saipa threw himself onto the ground and got hold of the prawn. The tree, the cock, the ants, the snake, the boar, the plantain tree, the bat, the elephant, the mortar, and the old lady looked at the prawn dangling between Chimchang Saipa's thumb and forefinger. "You deserve to die," they said in chorus. "Do you wish to die in cold or hot water?" "In cold," said the prawn as he wriggled free and slipped down into the river. "Get him!" they all shouted and ran after the prawn. Then the elephant slipped his trunk into the water and slurped and slurped. Very soon the river was quite dry. They seized the prawn and gave it to a fat toad to make into soup. They all relaxed beside what was the river and waited for the toad to make the soup. When the soup was ready, they all gathered around to eat, but much to their astonishment, the soup did not taste of prawn. The crafty toad had eaten the prawn. The others were so angry that they pinched him all over his back, and now you know why a toad has warts on his back. Like a good son, Chimchang Saipa rebuilt his mother's house, and because he was kind, he replanted the plantain tree. Everyone agreed that although the soup had been a disappointment, it had been an interesting day, but not for the prawn.